And we start in Ukraine with the country's surprise assault into Russian territory. It's been over a week since the offensive into the Kursk region began, and today Ukraine has been pounding the area with missiles and with drones. The army is also expanding its attacks beyond Kursk to the neighbouring Russian region of Belgorod, where the governor there has declared a state of emergency. To tell us a bit more, our foreign editor, Kethevane Gorjestani, with me now. And Kethevane, what is your understanding, first of all, as to what is happening on the ground at the moment?
Well, there's really a sense that the Ukrainians want to attack several areas at once and sort of try to maybe not overwhelm, but give a sense that they are pretty much everywhere along that border. Of course, the focus right now is the Kursk region, and there's a sort of expansion of that now week-long incursion. According to the Ukrainians, they've seized more than 1,000 square kilometers during that week. That's about what Russia has seized in the past year. They've also said that they've secured control of more than 70 settlements, and they've gone at least about 25 kilometers deep within Russian territory, if not more. But they haven't done just Kursk. They've now also started pounding, as we see, the region of Belgorod with a barrage of missiles, of drones. And you said it, the governor has now declared the state of emergency with thousands of people fleeing the area, the closest area to the border. Ukraine also, according to the Russians, sending a barrage of drones to the Voronezh region. So you have the Kursk region, south of that, Belgorod, and then the Voronezh region actually borders both of those regions, as well as a little part of Ukraine. And there, Russia claims that it destroyed at least 37 of those drones, but didn't say how many others actually got through. So there's a sense that the Ukrainians are really bringing the war to Russia and not just focusing on one little area, but trying to expand the areas where they are being a problem for the Russians.
Well, let's talk about Ukraine's strategy, though, because a bit earlier on this week, the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry said it had no intention of holding on to those areas in Russia that it's taken now. So why is the army doing this?
Well, it's still a little bit unclear, and there seem to be several reasons why they would do that. And as you said, the official line is that this is not about taking control and seizing and occupying Russian territory. It's about defending themselves, because a lot of the incoming fire from Russia has been coming also from that Kursk region. So they want to sort of clear that area to prevent that fire from coming in to Ukraine. It also, in a way, even if it's minimal, forces at least some Russian forces to relocate to that area to defend Russian territory. And that means that they're being pulled out of some of the Ukrainian territory where they were positioned. So that means that it alleviates a little bit of the pressure on the front line for the Ukrainian soldiers. It also improves Kyiv's position strategically and shifts a little bit the narrative of this war, because over the past few months, there's basically been no gains for the Ukrainians, no successes for the Ukrainians. It's all been a slow but very steady gain for the Russian army in Ukrainian territory. And it also sort of breaks this impression that maybe the Russians have that the war is happening in Ukraine, not necessarily on their soil. But when you're seeing 100,000 people fleeing from their homes deep into Russian territory, it gives the sense that the Russians might not be able to control their border as much. What happens next is going to be hard to determine. It's unlikely that the Ukrainians have the manpower and the logistics to be able to hold on to their territory. So that's why maybe they're saying we are not going to occupy, because they know they can't really do that. Also, one of the reasons why they managed to do that is the element of surprise. Now there's no longer that surprise. But whatever happens, if they pull back soon or on the longer term, what they have achieved is shown that there is a fragility in Russian forces, in Russian intelligence, and that they managed to break through. And that is at least a very big boost to the morale of Ukrainian forces.
Kethevane Gorjestani, thanks very much indeed.